that moment you go live and need to sneeze literally as you go live. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to give this a minute or two to get going here and get a few people in. I apologise for that. If you caught that sneeze right at the beginning, my apologies. I'll edit that later. So we're going to wait for a few people to come in. That's very bright, isn't it? I'll be taking my glasses off in a minute, so you won't have that reflection. How are you all? How are we easing into the new year? I know it's not ideal, is it? It's a strange situation yet again, or still, or however you want to look at it. Anyone coming to join us? Hopefully they'll drop in. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Hydrate at Home kit today. I dropped a picture into the post I did earlier on. Oh, we've got some coming in. Hello, guys. So the Hydrate at Home kit, there seems to be quite a lot of demand for it at the minute, and very lovely Kate yesterday, unsolicited, I didn't ask her to do it, put up a little post about how she's using hers. And what it's like. She also made a really good point, and actually I need to drop that in into here later, to come and follow Alumier on Instagram or Facebook, because they put loads of stuff out, more information than I can put out for you. And I know that she's learnt quite a lot from some of their videos and information, so it's definitely worth coming to follow them. But what we're going to do is go through the Hydrate at Home kit. Now, this is a fantastic kit that was released recently. I'll tell you all about it shortly. And I do have a few notes here because it's early in the morning, you understand. So, hi guys. Oh, brilliant. There's some coming in now, so that's nice. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Hydrate at Home kit. The Hydrate at Home kit is a very recent addition to the Alumier repertoire of products, and it combines some of the products that you can use at home with a professional product in a really lovely kit to hydrate your skin and to really give it a boost at the minute. The dry weather combined with mask wearing, us all working from home, so we're all sitting in around central heating all the time, and although I can't physically see people, I'm still having to deal with people who have got dry skin, dehydrated skin, irritated skin, and all the things that are associated with that. So I thought I would, after Kate's post yesterday about doing her own Hydrate at Home kit, and Emma, I think, also jumped on and said that she had hers that she was starting. It's a nice opportunity, I think, for me to come and go, right, okay, let me show you how to do this and what it's all about. This kit does contain 2 products that were previously professional products only, and so I'll go through those and tell you a little bit about them, because these are really active clinical professional products that they are now starting to put out there, because we appreciate that you can't come into us, so you need to still be able to get good skin treatment. So they're being put into packages for you to use at home. So as ever, obviously mine's open, so I don't have the little pouch on it, the sort of the thing on it, but you will get one of these gorgeous bags. These bags are really, really good quality. I've got a few now. I use one for makeup, one for cosmetics. On the occasions we could still go on holiday, I was using it as my wash bag for holiday. They're really lovely. They are very desirable bits of kit, so you get this as part of that. And then product-wise, you get a full-size bright and clear solution. Now, this is an exfoliating solution. This is actually the tester version. It's my one, but this is it's very bright light, isn't it? So this is an exfoliating solution, and I'll talk you through that with a bit more information into that in a minute. You get a full-size Aqua Infusion Mask. Now, this is your professional product. This is the zinger. This is amazing. And I was really surprised when they put it out there as a professional product, because it's so fabulous. Normally they keep that for clinic use only. And you also get a set of eye rescue pads. So you might have seen recently, you can actually buy these in kits of 4 now, which is brilliant. You get a little box and you get 4 sets of these in it. These are super hydrating. and just what we need at the minute. So again, 4 of those, for a kit of 4 of those, I said these used to be professional only product. These are just £25 for a set of 4. So if you want some of those, just let me know. And then, like I said, we've got the Bright and Clear. And, oh, and I knew there was something else. You also get a professional peel brush. My tech writing's starting to come off by now because I use it quite a lot. So this is a nice big brush to put that product on with. So, excuse me. So it's an intensely hydrating kit. It's designed to really get into the skin, to allow the skin to help hydrate itself. It's oil-free, so it's not cloggy. It's not going to sort of clog up your skin. It's not going to make it irritated. It's really suitable for all skin types, all ages, all skin conditions, men, women, anybody. It's a really, really great all-round product or kit that you can use on anybody. You can use it 1 to 3 times a week, depends on how dry your skin is. And obviously the Bright and Clear can be incorporated into your skin routine anyway. So if you normally get Bright and Clear, this kit's really worth getting because this is nearly £40 and it's £39.50 on its own. The kit's £130. So straight away, you're getting your Bright and Clear included in that, plus all those other things. This on its own is worth £130 from a professional product cost point of view. So it's a bargain. Basically, you're getting your Bright and Clear free if you get the kit. So it's definitely worth having. And so these now you can get 4 for £25, so you get one of those in there as well. So I'm going to go through how to do one of these treatments at home. It's nice and simple. So we're going to lose my specs. I've already cleansed my skin. You want to get your hair out of the way, so you'll see that I am wearing, this is my new favourite, this was my Christmas present, this one. This is my twisty from the amazing Do The Twist. Come and follow her on Facebook. She's brilliant. She does all sorts of ones, wide ones, narrow ones. So I literally live in my twisties because they keep my hair off my face and they're brilliant for something like this. So if anybody's interested in twisties, let me know and I'll point you in the right direction. So I've already cleansed my skin. I did a double cleanse this morning and I used my gel cleanser. My skin's feeling a little bit tight because I normally go straight into putting my serums on and things like that. But I wanted to make sure I got off all residue of anything. I obviously cleaned my skin last night, but Moisture Matte, which is what I was wearing yesterday, which is one of the sunscreens, can take a little bit more to get rid of. So I've done a good double cleanse this morning. I tend to use these as well. Hold on. I've got several of things like this, the microfiber cloths. So I use that, I rinse, excuse me. I rinse my cleanser off and then I wet one of these and make sure my skin is really, really clean. That's what I'm going to use in a minute as well. So I have used my purifying gel cleanser this morning. It depends what cleanser I've recommended for your skin. As a one-off gel cleanser is great. If anybody wants to try any, it can be a little bit much for some skin, so I can send out samples if anybody wants to have a go with the gel cleanser. We've also got Hydra Boost. Hydra Boost is a cream cleanser. And one of the other ones that I probably use as much of any of them is Sensicalm. It's a rich cream cleanser, very good for inflammation for people's skin at the minute, where I tend to use Sensicalm one end of the day and gel cleanser the other end of the day. It's brilliant for inflamed, irritated skins, dehydrated skins, skins that are prone to reaction and sensitivity. Sorry. Seems like a great excuse to have a slab of coffee. The cleanser is important, but if you normally use anything, a one-off use of gel cleanser, I can send you some samples. We've got samples in this size type of sachet, so you get a couple of applications so you can try them. So after you've cleansed, get the worst of the moisture off your face. Don't leave your face dripping wet because you'll dilute the product. And then Bright and Clear next, and we'll start with the wrong thing. So for normal day-to-day use, you would use 2 pumps of Bright and Clear, okay, on cleaned skin. You use it a bit like a toner, but don't be too liberal with this. It is quite a powerful active product, so don't go raving mad with it. But for this, you might want 1 extra pump for the purposes of what we're doing. We want the exfoliating nature of this. So it's a sort of skin conditioning solution. It will prep the skin ready for the treatment that we're going to do. It exfoliates. I can't speak this morning. I need more of that coffee, don't I? Exfoliates cellular debris. So what it means is it gets off all the dead bits of skin that sort of sit on your skin surface, make your skin look dull, clog up pores, can lead to breakouts and things like that. Refines your skin complexion. It's an anti-aging solution. It's got vitamin C. It's got salicylic acid. So if you are prone to breakouts, this is brilliant. It's a very, very low concentration of salicylic acid because anybody can use this, and you don't want too much of that if you've got drier skins. It's an alpha hydroxy acid, which is the type of acids we use in our peels. So again, it's a reduced concentration of alpha hydroxy acid. So you've probably heard of glycolic acid. It's a sort of cheaper to produce version of the alpha hydroxy acids that we use. We don't use glycolic acid. It can be a little bit unpredictable, so we tend to use ones that are more predictable, lactic acid, lime pearl, that kind of thing. This also has lactic acid in it as well. I'm really sorry, I don't know what's going on this morning. You can't cough in public now, can you? God. So this will prep the skin to the point where it enhances the ability of the skin to absorb the next product. So each step enhances the next one. You can also combine this with some of your other treatments that you can do at home as well. So for example, I've got enzymatic peel. You could do Bright and Clear, Aqua Infusion and enzymatic peel as a really amazing treatment. Now in clinic, I would do exactly that. I use a slightly stronger prep solution than Bright and Clear, but it's similar. I would do Aqua Infusion and then I would do a chemical peel. So this is a sort of slightly lower grade version of that in-clinic treatment. So it is worth doing. If any of you just come in and want to see my fabulous twisty, got the little skulls on. I can't remember what she calls this one. It's my favourite thing. Okay, so we're going to go, I've put 3 pumps of Bright and Clear on there. So I haven't soaked that. You don't need to. It's gone very dark. Why have we gone very dark? So you literally use this like a toner. I have to do it without looking at the screen because it's not a mirror and it's confusing. So I have done a good cleanse, so you shouldn't see too much on the pad. Under here, I'm not so good at cleansing. Sometimes you get your little bit of, it's not too bad, a little bit of dead skin, residue of Moisture Matte sunscreen. And this really gives the skin a good prep, good base to start the treatment on. Right. Aqua Infusion Mask. This is the exciting bit. Some people, I know I was asking Emma yesterday when she said that she had it on, she said it didn't go red, didn't feel too much at all. I tend to go quite red and tingly. Everybody's different. If you've watched me do this before, you will know that I am always the worst case scenario for redness and tingliness. So I'm actually going to grab my mirror because I can't do this in the screen. So you put a generous layer on with your brush. So I've got a big splodge on the back of my hand. Look, looks slightly dubious. Big splodge on the back of my hand. I'm just using my mirror now. And use the brush to get it right up to your hairline. If you've just cleaned your hair and you can get it right off your face, that's probably the best way to do it because then you don't have to go in and wash your hair again and take all this off. I would totally recommend doing this first thing in the morning or very last thing at night. So you go to bed with it on your skin. Do it at tea time and you're going to want to clean it again before bed. So do it last thing at night. Because the other thing is you can put this on, you can prep your skin, put this on, and then jump in the shower to wash it off. So I tend to don't put it right up to your eye. I tend to go along there. My eyes look a bit puffy today. Through the brow line, not onto the sensitive eyelid, please. It's too much for that. I was creeping on there, wasn't I? So right up to the edges. Don't forget your top lip. Down the nose, and don't forget under there as well. You can be quite generous with this. I may have been too generous actually. I've got some left over. If you've got it left over, stick on your hands. Okay, you can do a hand with all of these products. Treat your hands at the same time. In fact, I might do that. Mine are really dry. And then come down onto the neck as well. So you want to come down as far as you want, really. Normally, if I wasn't wearing a jumper and things like that, I'd probably come a bit further. There we go. So you can leave this on for up to 20 minutes. Now, how long you leave it on is entirely up to you. For the first one, particularly if it feels zingy, you might want to leave it on for a few minutes. But that's on. There we go. Make sure there's no blobs. It's where the brush is good. You don't have to rely on your fingertips. There's a big blob there. Right up to the hairline with my very dark roots because I haven't been able to get my hair done. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be the only one, particularly over the next few months. So I'm going to lose that for a minute. So there you go. Nice generous layer. What time is it? Okay. So like I said, you can leave this for up to 20 minutes, but see how your skin feels. This feels a little bit zingy. You might see me start to go a little bit pink. And if you want to do it on your hands, my hands are clean anyway, so I'm just going to prep them. And then I'll tell you about the product itself. So I would do exactly the same with the hands. So I've cleansed my skin on my hands. A couple of pumps of Bright and Clear. Just clean. I should take my rings off really. No, wedding rings stay in put. That's okay. I can work around the wedding ring. So prep the skin on the hands. My hands are so dry at the minute. I've got a bit of a burn on that one, so I'm not going to go over that because that might hurt. And then literally exactly the same. So a little blob on the back of each hand. And then use the brush. I think all of us have suffered. I mean, winter's a time for suffering with hands anyway. And what I'm doing is just brushing this on. And with the additional hand washing and alcohol gel and things like this, this is a really great little treatment to give them a boost. Oh, I meant to bring you another product to show you today. I don't think I've got one in here. I might run and get one in a minute. I've got some new lip balms to show you. So if anybody wants a lip balm, let me know. Okay, so I've got some on my hands, got some on my face, and then we're just going to give this a little bit of time to absorb, to do its job. I can see mine. I'm just getting a little bit tingly now. It feels warm. That's what I can feel mainly, is that it's warm. It's very hydrating. Like I said, it's oil-free. It's a treatment mask that was previously professional use only, so they've given it a really good boost into. They've not changed the formulation, by the way. They haven't downgraded. This isn't like you get sometimes, you know, I know with all the you get to professional shampoos, it's not the same as the stuff you get in the, you know, from the actual hairdressers and other products that they say are professional. This is the same one. This is exactly the same product as I've got on my trolley over here and that I use in the clinic. So you're not being fobbed off. This is the professional product. The ingredients are probably not something you'll recognise. I've actually got these written down because it's not they're not ones I've remembered, I'm afraid. But it's NP Moist 24. Moist, that's a great word, isn't it? NP Moist 24. NP Moist is a grass extract that helps the skin to retain water. Hydroviton Plus, it's their natural sugars and moisturising factors to help hydrate the skin. So this is an active hydration. It isn't just something shiny and moisturising on the surface to help boost your skin. It is actually an active hydrator. A bit in the same way when you use your hyaluronic acid, which we'll get to in a minute, it actively hydrates the skin. And there we go, brings me on to the next ingredient. This does have your low molecular weight hyaluronic acid. What that means is it enhances absorption. Hyaluronic acid attracts water to itself. So, and low molecular weight means basically the particles are very small, so the skin's able to take it right down into the skin. The way it was described to me is that the carrier, the product itself puts down little fireman's poles into the skin to allow the hyaluronic acid, or to allow all the products to be drawn deeper into the skin. So that low molecular weight hyaluronic acid can get deep into the skin to where it's needed. And then we're going to add more. What I was talking about adding more on, I will come to serums and what we put on afterwards. This is getting nice and warm now. It doesn't feel like a peel. It's not as spicy and hot as that, but it is warm. I can feel activity. I'm getting a little bit pink across my cheeks. As I've pointed out to people before, because I suffer from rosacea, I've just realised I'm doing this. My daughter's robbed my office chair and I'm on my clinic chair, and I've just realised if you're getting dizzy, sorry, I'll try and sit still. I can't remember what I was saying though. Nope. But anyway, it's fab. I've literally completely lost my train of thought there where I was swinging about on my chair. Oh yeah, so I'm always the worst case scenario when it comes to redness and activity in my skin and visible activity. So it's quite good for me to do this, because you're never going to go redder than I do or feel it more severely than I do. I don't know why that is, apart from, like I said, my propensity to rosacea. This is always, for the most part, you're never going to go redder than I go. So that's quite, that's quite a reassuring thing for you, hopefully. How long have we had? Okay, so it's had about 5 or 6 minutes, so we're going to give it a few more yet. Like I said, you can leave it on for up to 20, but in this instance, we'll probably go about sort of 10-15 minutes, because we've also got the eye treatments to do, so I don't want to keep you for too long. The eye treatment pads I'll tell you about when we get there as well. So, like I said, these are products that you can use routinely, day to day, and this one should be part of your routine anyway. I'll tell you a little bit about the sunscreen, because I'm just going to literally stick that on at the end. If you've ever had anything to do with me at all, you will know that I bang on about sunscreen all the time. This is an essential part of your routine. And if you're only ever going to do one thing, it must be this. This is hydrating. It is your day moisturiser. It has hyaluronic acid and peptides and antioxidants in it. This one also has a tint, which I'll show you shortly. We've got 2 different tinted ones. We have untinted. We have ones for acne-prone skins. Physical sunscreen, no nasty chemicals, and essential. All day, every day. Absolutely crucial. Must not be without sunscreen. You can, after you finish this, add on your own serums. So I'm going to go on to use my Ultimate Boost Serum for some extra hydration. The treatment that I've done will help my skin take that serum deeper. And because we're going to do an eye treatment as well, I'm also going to finish with my Alumier, my eye care product, because that's really, really crucial. If you're going to be looking after your eyes, do it properly. We've actually got 2 eye care products. And there's a retinol for nighttime use and Alumier for night and day use. Most people seem to start off on the Alumier and then add the retinol one in later on. So, as you know, anybody who's watched any of my videos before will know there's lots of different products that we use, and everybody is slightly different. Everybody needs a different prescription. So we do those consultations where I speak to you over the phone. If you wanted one of these kits, so I'll tell you a little bit more again about what's in these kits. All you need to do is send me a message. I have a quick chat with you to make sure you're suitable. I said most people can use this. There's very little reason why you wouldn't be able to use one of these kits. So you get the bag, which is a really lovely, very high quality vegan leather bag. So there's no animal products in that. You get your Bright and Clear. So this is normally £39.50 on its own. You get the professional, not reformulated. This is the professional product, the Aqua Infusion Mask. There's loads in here. You're going to get, so if you use this a couple of times a week, you're going to get several months worth out of that. This is going to last you ages. Use it on your hands as well. I've got some on my hands at the moment. So you prep your skin with your Bright and Clear. You put on your Aqua Infusion Mask for 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. And then we're going to go on to the eye rescue pads. These are quite comedy. My staff, when I had the bigger clinic and had more staff, they generally knew if they saw me walking around with a coffee and the eye pads, I probably had a hangover. You'd never catch me doing that now, obviously. So, and then you also get, in that kit, you get a professional peel brush as well. So if you've also got something like enzymatic peel, you can add the enzymatic peel on after this treatment, and you've got the perfect brush to be putting that on with. Rather than slapping this on with your fingers, you get the nice brush to go with it as well. So this has now had 10 minutes. So I think it's time for a little bit more coffee. Ideally, you're going to keep your eye rescue pads in the fridge. They are divine after they've been in the fridge. So you'll feel they start to go a little bit sticky. It's absorbing. My hands feel really sticky now. And so what we're going to do is clean that off. Now I might duck out of shot for a second, but I'm using my microfiber cloth for this because it's a really gentle way of getting it all off. See if I can do it without having to disappear. Nice and soft, reusable. If you use cloths, by the way, for your skin, that's absolutely fine, but don't use them more than once before you wash them. Please don't rinse them under the tap, put them on the radiator and use them again next time. This is where I see irritation, acne breakouts. Get lots of them. Get enough that you've got enough to put between washes. So what I tend to do is I use it, I rinse it out, and I've got a net bag hanging on the side of my cabinet, little sucker hook. And then whether I use the big ones like this or the little reusable pads, they all go in there, and every time a wash goes on, that bag goes in. Ideally, you're not going to use fabric conditioner with them because they reduce the absorbance. It reduces absorbency. And if you are going to use whatever products you use, please use ones that don't have nasty chemicals in. I might do a live with the lovely Ellen from Norwex to talk about some of the home care products that you can use. Oh, it feels lovely. Taking that off feels really, really nice because there's no tightness. Make sure you go right up to the edges where you took this to and right down the neck where you came down to as well. Oh, it feels really nice. And then make sure if you've got it on your hands, take it off your hands. Okay. So now you will literally just do the rest of your normal skin routine. So if this is at night time, you would be using your serums, maybe Hydra Dew, your night moisturiser. I haven't got one of those to hand actually to show you, I don't think. And if it's during the day, you're going to use your serums and your sunscreen. So obviously that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with my Alumier. So I tend to use my fourth finger or my little finger for this because it's the most gentle. You're not going to put too much pressure on. And I just use a tiny, tiny bit. You do not need a lot of this. One of these should last you at least 3 months. So spread it between your two fingers. And then again, round under the eye. No, we're not. I'm on autopilot. What are we going to do now? What haven't I done yet? I haven't done the iPads, have I? There's me going off on one. We're going to do the iPads. So if you weren't doing the iPads, because you've only got one set of these, so if you weren't doing the iPads, exactly what I was just saying is what you would do. You would put on your serums and your sunscreen. But if you are using the iPad, and don't forget, I said you get one set with this kit, but you can get kits of 4 for £25. So they're a bargain. Okay. They look like this, look. Lovely. They've got lots of serum impregnated into them, and they've got a little sort of cambered edge. So that's the bit that's going to go underneath the eye. I'm going to go back to my mirror. I need to use my mirror. So, okay, there's one. They do stick quite well. Okay, and I said, that's too far over. There, right, so they're right underneath my eyes. Any serum that's left, dot around the eyes. I said you should have kept these in the fridge. keep them in the fridge and they will be really, really refreshing. So these can stay on for as long as you want them to, really. So your eye, I know, look a bit bonkers now. If anybody's just coming in now, they're going to think, what the hell is she doing with the bright thing on her head and dodgy things under her eyes? But can you see that they stick quite well? Now, what I would want you to do now is just arm and lay back, and you could have done that with your mask as well, but just lay back and let these do their work. You should be drinking lots of water, obviously. So what you've got in here, they're just full of vitamins and peptides. They're refreshing, they plump up the skin, reduce dark circles, reduce puffiness, aid lymphatic drainage. They contain niacinamide, which is vitamin B3, to help lock in moisture, boost hydration, and just for general skin brightening as well. And you've got vitamin E, so you've probably heard that vitamin E is very important for skincare. It's for hydration and moisturising and soothing of the skin. And the other vitamins, you've got vitamin B5 for locking in moisture. Yeah, I am reading some of this because I wouldn't remember it all. It's too early in the morning still. And then, crucially, it also has matrixyl synth 6, which is it's the branded peptide that Alumier have developed and use in a lot of their products. So this is really important for lines and wrinkles and for boosting the skin generally. So it's a really important ingredient, and it does appear in a lot of our products. Now, the rest of my skin is still feeling quite nice. It feels really smooth, but it does feel like it needs the next step. So these are going to stay on just for a few minutes. While these are on there, what I will say is some of you may have heard about the Alumier Foundation. The Alumier Foundation is an organisation set up by Alumier to support a village in Africa. Now, I have to say I don't have the information of exactly where that is, but I will try and give you some more information about this, because this is a huge project that they're very quiet about and they don't really shout about. But they support this village. They basically started off with providing a school. They've since provided a water tower which has to be armed, and that's terrifying that something as basic as the requirement for water needs armed guards to protect. But they have a water tower, they have a functioning school, whereas the children were being taught outside on the ground before. And the reason I'm telling you this is that every one of these kits that is sold, Alumier will give £5 to the foundation. So they support that foundation anyway. It's their foundation, they support it anyway, but an additional £5 from every pack of these. So every one of these that you buy, £5 of that will be going to that Alumier Foundation. So it's a brilliant another brilliant reason to get one of these home kits. So I didn't start timing how these felt. Basically, the way to know if these have been on long enough is they will start to feel like they're drying out. Your skin's really absorbing all these lovely ingredients and serums out of this. So it still feels quite damp. It's starting to go here. I can feel here it's starting to really absorb there. So this is an excuse to spend an hour on yourself. It's difficult at the minute. We are all stuck indoors. Hopefully you like the people that you're stuck indoors with. I'm very fortunate that I do. But even then it can get a little bit tense. It can feel difficult, and it's quite hard to make time for yourself. So whether it's when the kids have gone to bed or when they're on a Zoom lesson like mine are at the minute. Fortunately, mine are old enough to manage their own schooling. They don't need me to teach them. And I think that can be really challenging for you guys that are having to do actual full-time homeschooling. I don't envy you that at all, because that's tough. And something like this, if you get an hour to yourself, you can just go, take your coffee, take your iced water, take whatever it is you need, go and stick a podcast on, stick some music on, and just chill while these fabulous ingredients do their job. You won't regret it. So I'm starting to feel that these are starting to dry out a little bit. I'm not going to leave them on too long because I want to finish the live for you so you can sort of see the whole process through. But they do feel really nice. They don't sting at all. I mean, I've got these really close up. That was possibly a little bit too high, but it's not going into my eye and it's not sore at all. So these are nice and gentle, but really, really fresh and hydrating. And It's just a bit of a treat. You may have seen, so Michelle, who is my co-collaborator, she's my injectables nurse. She was caught napping with these on by her husband, or husband-to-be, recently, and she posted a picture with them on because it's nice and relaxing. You can just chill out and take a bit of time for yourself. So I'm going to leave these now. They've had sort of 5 or 6 minutes. You can leave these on as long as you like. You're not going to do yourself any harm if you fall asleep for an hour, and then they'll just feel a bit dry and crispy by the time you take them off, because your body will just suck in all that goodness out of them. So all those vitamins, peptides, fantastic. So you can see that they're not quite as flexible. They're a bit thinner now as they dehydrate, and the body absorbs everything from them. They feel different after you've used those. And so back to what I nearly did too early just now. Alumier. So use your fourth finger. Not too much of this. That's enough for both eyes. Should last you ages. So pat it around the brow line and underneath, not for use on the very delicate eyelid itself, just through the brow, around the edge, like that. Very refreshing. And then I'm going to add my serum. So this, bear in mind what I said about the Aqua Infusion. It puts down those little fireman's poles, so your skin will be more able to absorb this. So generally speaking, you just need 1 pump of any of your serums. It doesn't look very much, but it's enough. It's very concentrated, particularly now your skin's so ready to accept it. So just pat it all the way around and gently. I love Ultimate Boost. I would not be without Ultimate Boost serum. I think if I had to, I couldn't pick 2, but if I could pick 4 products that I literally couldn't be without, it would be cleanser, bright and clear, Ultimate Boost, and sunscreen as my 4 absolute couldn't live without. They're the 4 I took to Glastonbury with me. So there you go. That's what that's how important they are. I took them to Glastonbury with me. So my picture have got a bit pink there. It's because this is all quite active. I've given it a bit of a rub, and so my skin's feeling really silky now. And obviously, the most important thing now is sunscreen. I'm going to use sheer hydration because it's nice and lightweight. It's a little bit tinted. We've got other tinted ones. We've got more makeup coverage ones. Fluff. But this is nice and easy to use, nice and hydrating with just a little bit of tint. And again, you don't need very much. Can you see it looks like a sort of tinted moisturiser? And again, just gently pat that all over. This seems to suit most skin types. The only people I haven't managed to get this on is people with very, very pale skin. So literally sort of see-through ivory, Celtic, white, alabaster type skins. The untinted is generally better for them. Sometimes ivory works for them. This one is even good for darker skin tones. Asian skins, it's amazing for all the way up to sort of Fitzpatrick 5, 6 skin tones. So blacks, black skins, African Caribbean skin tones. So although it doesn't look very dark, it does work very well on those types of skin tones. So you can see my skin looks a little bit dewy, a bit shiny. That will absorb, that sort of shine will go down. This pinkness that I've got across my nose and cheeks will go down through over the next hour or so. But basically my hands, my skin feels soft, hydrated, flexible again, doesn't feel tight at all. And talking of hands, obviously we did the Aqua Infusion treatment on the hands. Now looking after your hands is just as important. I'm still on the hunt, and I might have found one, and I'll get back to you on this, for a sunscreen for the hands. You can put sheer hydration on the back of the hands, but because it's physical, it washes off, and it's not ideal for hand cream. So I'm just going to stick some, I'm going to say hand cream, I actually use my recovery balm. It's quite an expensive way to do hand cream, but I love it. So whatever your hand cream of choice is, ideally with a sunscreen, and make sure you're applying that. Try to avoid nasty chemicals, strong fragrances, things like that, because if you've got dry and damaged hands, it will make them more sensitive, more likely to crack and dry out. So nice. Do have some options, but haven't yet found a good one with the sunscreen. So I do have some hand cream options. Let me know if you're interested. So now my hands feel amazing. My face feels amazing. That was the at-home hydration kit. If there's any questions, fire them at me and I will try and answer them either by message or in the comments thread. Like I said, the kit, £130, £5 of that goes to the Alumier foundation. And in there, just as a quick summary, you get your bright and clear solution, which should be part of your daily routine anyway. You get your Aqua Infusion professional product. This has not been watered down in any way. This is the one that I use in clinic. You get your brush. That is a professional brush. Again, they're the same ones that I use in clinic. And you get one set of eye rescue pads. And don't forget you can buy these for £25 for 4 as well. So it's a really great kit. Get yours from me, message me, and we'll see if we can sort that out for you. Don't forget we can do Zoom consultations if you're interested in products or upgrading your products and haven't had a chance to have a chat with me. Please do. While we're back in lockdown, I am happy throughout the rest of January to do those Zoom consultations free of charge. I normally charge £30, so jump in and get those for free right now. And hopefully we can keep our skincare going. I can help you keep it in tip-top condition while I'm unable to see you. There will be more coming. We'll go through the enzymatic peel. I think we're going to do a wow in the next week or two as well with the lovely shell. This is the Wow at Home needling kit. We're going to have a go through that later on as well. So any questions, please do let me know. I hope that's been useful and I will see you again in a few days' time. Any questions? I'll speak to you soon.